Welcome to the Central Pennsylvania Music Podcast. Tonight's guests, Amy Simpson and Mike Boarman of The Very Few. And now, your hosts, Daniel Kime and Alan McCutcheon.
Hello and welcome to the Central Pennsylvania Music Podcast. I'm your host, Daniel. Tonight's guests, we have Mike Boarman and Amy Simpson of The Very Few. Thank you two so much for coming on the show tonight. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Pleasure to be here.
Of course. Yeah. So I've talked to Amy, you on the show before. Mm-hmm. Mike, we've talked with you off camera several times. It's exciting to finally have you here on the show tonight.
I'm thrilled to be here.
Of course. So let's kind of dive directly into, well, you know what, maybe let's start with your backgrounds first so people can really understand who the people are of The Very Few. So, Mike, I guess I'll start with you and work this way. So, Mike, you are first off, I think let's pause again. You're both Hall of Famers. I think we need to put that out there front and foremost.
Very proud of it.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
That is amazing. So, Mike, you were are in Pentagon. Bass player.
I was in Pentagon until we retired.
Until you retired.
The third longest member. I was in Pentagon for 33 years.
Oh my goodness. It's a lot of fond memories, I'm sure.
Yeah. Hard to say goodbye.
I can only imagine.
Love the guys, love the venues, love the performance. You know, I never thought I would play music that old.
Yeah.
Right? We had a whole 50s show.
Really?
I couldn't get enough of it.
That's amazing.
Very challenging because of all the vocals.
Yeah.
It's the first band that I've ever been in where that was expected. In fact, at my audition, they said, we don't need to hear you play bass.
They just need to hear you sing.
Can you sing?
And bass was secondary.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've ever heard something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah. That bass thing.
Yeah.
That's where I got on Rich's radar.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, you also performed in other acts as well, and we'll dive more into detail.
Sure.
Amy, so your background is you have been a vocalist for Blitz Dynette. Yep. So, and obviously you've played with a lot of other acts in the area, even your own solo project over the year, still currently active, but has now changed to the Groove Rebels.
Yeah.
So awesome. What's it like, what was that feeling like becoming a Hall of Famer under Blitz Dynette?
Well, I wasn't there because I was sick.
That's
remember?
Right. And I was there that year. Yeah, we talked about this when you were on the podcast. Yes.
So I can't say how it felt to be there, but I'm very glad it happened for the band. And I have my plaque.
Good.
So, I did get that.
Those little things up there.
Actually, it's a plaque.
Oh, that's right, because you're a Hall of Famer.
I have a plaque.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get plaques.
It's a wooden plaque, like a picture and like a label. It's really nice, very nice.
Awesome.
Brandon was very sweet to me about all of that.
Good.
Very helpful, very sweet.
As Brandon typically is,
He is. He's a great guy.
Great guy. Yeah.
Awesome guy.
That's amazing. So we have these two extremely talented musicians here. You guys get together. Don't come on.
Okay, thanks.
And you guys get together. How does it even happen? Did you guys know each other previously? Did you play shows together with Pentagon and Blitz Dynette? How did you two meet and then form The Very Few?
So when I joined Pentagon, Forrest Brown from Blitz Dynette was playing guitar. Gary Grahowski, the drummer for Blitz at the time, prior to that, was playing with Pentagon.
Oh.
That was they were two musicians from a place I had never been, right? At that time, I would say I mastered country gospel, right, as a bass player, and of all things, metal and hard rock. I had never been in a band that was like a variety kind of a show band. It was typically
R&B, soul.
Hard rock and originals. I was in a couple of bands that did originals. So, where Forrest and Gary are very disciplined, very educated musicians. So it was a big adjustment for me, probably an adjustment for them too. Because, I had to learn how to play 60s, 50s, the Beach Boys, all these things I had never done before.
Wow.
So I got exposed to Forrest, and I remember on our first rehearsal, he was talking to Rich Clare about a band he was just going to name Blitz Dynette. So it was before they actually formed. So I was very intrigued. And then when Forrest and Gary were known to only be with Pentagon for a period of time, basically to help launch the part-time version. Pentagon was a full-time touring band for 20 years. And being that they were such pros, Gary Grahowski, unbelievable drummer, and can chart. I mean, actually read in real time. So you could give him a chart and he'd play the song.
No way.
And I've seen him do it. It's incredible. So I knew that this was going to be a great band. And so as soon as I could, which I mean, wife and kids and all that kind of stuff, Pentagon was a lot to begin with. It took a while. But by the time I went to see Blitz Dynette, they were unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I was both floored by Amy.
Oh,
If you have never heard her sing, I'd never seen an act like that. Right?
And when was this?
I can tell you this would have been 2000 by the time I actually saw.
yeah, and I
would say.
joined Blitz at 1990.
1990.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Well,
I-
1992, sorry.
Yeah, too, because I
1992.
joined Pentagon in 91.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was a while, because hey, did you hear about this band? Did you hear about that band? No, I'm in Pentagon. I mean, when we
You were
were
working
doing
a lot.
30,
He was working
35,
a lot.
40 shows. In fact, the first month, we played every day in August.
Oh my gosh.
Because they were fulfilling their last full-time contract. We played a bunch for Hershey and at the amphitheater and all that kind of stuff. And the last show we did for that month, and I worked every day because I don't know what I was thinking. So I work every day and literally do a show every night. And the last show we did was at Long's Park. We warmed up for Roberta Flack. And from there, I got in my car and drove to the beach.
Oh my goodness.
So it was August, right?
Nice.
And slept, I think, for 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Yeah.
some of those naps don't beat beach naps, though.
No,
I mean,
and I've never since
Nap
made
is good
even
nap.
close to that much money playing guitar.
oh yeah.
Yeah, because it was full-time money.
Yeah.
And, and we played every day.
That's great. Now, when you're playing every day, are you playing locally every day, or are you traveling like touring?
There was not much travel, but a little bit.
Gotcha.
It was a lot of work for if you remember Mallards.
That sounds
Played
really
at
familiar.
Mallards a whole bunch. It's all a blur a little bit on what the premise was.
I feel like someone was
Hershey
recently-
Park at the amphitheater a bunch.
Okay.
And then just here, there, and everywhere else. I mean, they were playing 220 shows or something like that a year.
Wow.
And we're just finishing that up.
Oh my gosh, that's more than a Major League Baseball team plays.
They worked hard. They were a incredibly hardworking band.
Yeah.
And so I was very fortunate to be in it.
So and now you met Amy a year after joining Pentagon, then, right? You guys met?
No,
Oh.
because we were gigging.
Oh, okay.
No, I would say I heard, the first time I heard Amy sing was 2000 something. Does that sound
When
right?
we first met, I was selling you phone service.
Oh, I remember that. But I
his
don't think I'd
business.
seen you
No
sing
way.
yet.
I don't think
I'd
you saw
seen
me sing yet. No. I was
yeah.
selling him phone service at Vortec.
That's true.
No way.
Yeah,
So you guys,
I knew who she was though.
okay, so you knew who she was.
Oh yeah, I said that's Amy Simpson. I hear she's an incredible singer.
And you end up crossing paths through a completely different
Totally.
avenue of your life. That's a
Small
real
world.
And I was
really is.
hearing a lot about them through Forrest and Gary.
Yes.
So,
Well,
you know.
Forrest. So, am I getting this right? Forrest and Gary were in both bands. Blitz
No,
Dynette?
they were.
For I guess a period of time. I don't know. Yeah,
They were in
must have
Blitz
been for a period
Dynette
of time. Yes,
primarily,
as
but they were
formed it.
Pentagon. Yeah.
Right. So Pentagon was kind of a
The pre.
and a means to an end
Okay.
for them.
Okay. And then they left Pentagon and then went to started
Blitz.
formed Blitz
Yeah,
Dynette.
together.
Gotcha. Wow.
Yeah. And then I came along, and they were playing a year before I came along.
Okay.
With a different singer, and then I came along, and Stephanie had to leave, and I took her spot.
Gotcha.
So that's how that happened.
Wow. So now let's fast forward, all these years later, the Very Few is formed. And this was formed, from what I understand, spring of 2025. How did this all come to be?
So I was feeling a little desperate. I lost my gig.
I gotcha.
And you think it's going to be one way, but maybe it's not. It was not the way I thought it was going to be. It was painful, and it was whole. I missed it very much.
Gotcha.
And I had some nice offers. I won't get into that, but other bands that were aware that the band was retiring, and I explored some of that. But then I got a call from a venue that I had booked for Pentagon, and it was a corporate gig. It was really high pay at a really nice gig in Chambersburg. The company's called True North. It's an investment firm.
Okay.
And they have their clients come in for this big meeting. And it's a challenge because, we're talking about money and numbers for a couple hours, and then we got to entertain them for a half hour. Pentagon was perfect for it, and the venue knew that. But they knew me, so they asked about it, and I booked the band for that show. And the problem they had now, there's a dilemma. We did it 2 years in a row, and now we're not in a band.
Okay.
What are they going to do? This isn't something that you'd have a rock and roll band, right? This is something almost custom. It's a 30-minute thing. It's got to be just so. You can't talk. You got to entertain.
Okay.
And it can't be heavy metal, right? There's a lot to this.
Yes.
Because, and they thought, so when they called me because they were worried, do you have any recommendations? And I said, the only real recommendation I can make is that I put a project together for the show, since I know what it's all about. Honest to gosh, I think if you just brought a band in here cold for this, it's going to be a problem. You're trying to elevate this. And so they offered me the same money as Pentagon and put a project together.
And how much time did you have for this?
Maybe 3 months.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we prepared.
3 or 4 months.
So you have a
prepared
little
for
bit
it.
of time, but not a lot.
No,
Enough
not for
time.
and
Enough
these are,
time.
you know, how do you gel that in such a short period of time? These are people that never played together either, right? So it was a challenge. What I figured was we probably have something here. There's just this one show that everybody it'll be fair, right? In that we'll spend time. You know, we probably have to rehearse a dozen times, right? We're going to spend some time together. We're going to do this, but there's no management fees. There's none of this, none of that, right? It's a straight line. And so everybody would be paid very well. And it was a total success.
It was. They loved it.
They one
fed
different
us and
thing.
they loved it.
Yeah, we brought a phenomenal sound company in.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And so it wasn't, you know, like Pentagon is, and nothing wrong with our PA, but Pentagon had to use their monitor system as the mains.
Okay.
Because volume was another thing. You'd have to see the venue to understand it. So we brought in a phenomenal sound company. So I can't believe we probably sounded
Did a
like
good
the
job.
radio. I mean, it was close. And we leveraged everybody's abilities. We had Amy sang half the time, lead, and then Joe sang some, I sang some, and you know, then we all sang together quite a bit. And I'm a big advocate for live music having live multiple part vocals.
Okay.
To me, that's the thing. That's what whether people even know why, but they're listening. Oh, that's neat. And it's the guys singing together.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice to be in a project where I'm not having to sing every song.
Yeah.
You know,
You don't have to.
I'll sing half the time, and then they'll sing the other half, and
three other
split
guys.
it up.
Yeah.
You know, and it's fine with me.
And when they're fronting
So-
that, are you harmonizing in the background? Or
Oh,
you
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And we think some percussion's coming too, because she got on drums.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
not the drums, but you know all that stuff.
You know, there's
And-
Sheila E.
I thought you were going to say
we
she was looking
needed-
to start beatboxing or
Right.
something.
No,
some of the
nothing
stuff,
like that.
Right. And everybody performed well. And what I think of right now, thinking back on that first show that we did, how far we've come. And we were good. I was proud of what we did. And they called us and asked us to play again. So we are booked for September 3rd for True North again.
That's awesome.
And
Private
that
event.
probably says it all, right? Yeah, it's a private event. But so we got a reorder. So, you know, that says a lot
I'd say
about
you had a satisfying
performance.
That's success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whether or not we would then move on to the next level remained to be seen, right? But the impetus being quality, and we've got this thing to do, and we can't disappoint. The group we put together are, I mean, heavyweights, right? Honestly, and I don't know how this is going to come out of my mouth, far more talented than I am. These are very, very talented people. And not that I ever wanted to be, but here I find myself kind of the guy that put the band together. And that fits. That makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the dunce cap, kind of, he's the guy that started the band. So, but what's an utter surprise to me, and I'm very excited about this, is just how good we're getting.
Yeah.
It's
Growing.
Well, you're certainly a super group. I could look at my notes here and list off all the names, but I think you guys could probably do a better job than me. So let's talk about the band and the band members. So it's not just you two. You know, you have your drummer and your guitar player as well.
And keyboardist.
And keyboardist, sorry.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about them and their backgrounds.
So the first person I talked to, which to me was totally obvious, was the drummer I'd worked with Pentagon, and everybody knows who he is, Joe Mon. He's just, you might find flashier, you might find all kinds of real complicated stuff. He is an absolute metronome, and when it's time to bring it on, he brings it like, and what comes to mind is consistency. But on top of that, Joe Mon sits behind the drums and can sing AC/DC. I mean, it's
and he sings
I mean
all the high stuff.
And he's a high tenor.
He sings the high stuff.
Yeah. By the way, yeah.
I can't sing the high stuff without playing the drums.
Yeah.
Kind of an interesting thing about the band, Craig, myself, and Joe, whether we're good or not, you can't take away how high we can sing. Mm-hmm. So we're doing female backups for Amy when she's singing maybe even a guy song, right? It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's
awesome.
we go figure, we've got the right blend.
Yeah.
And everybody's got an ear. Everybody's got the ear. Nobody's singing south or north. It's right on pitch.
Mm-hmm. So that's how you got Joe, correct? And then how did you get Craig and Mark?
So Mark was a suggestion from Joe, but I had met him actually at concerts. And surprisingly, I knew who he was and he knew who I was. And we, I just felt like this is a guy that's cool. I hadn't at that point heard him play. Really? No. Other than maybe way, way back. I heard the Sharks a couple of times. Yeah. Right? I can't say that I knew that was the same guy until, we talked. So Joe suggested Mark and I called him and we talked about it. And he was open to it. And I then went to see his band. Very impressive the job that Mark did. Midlife Crisis, right? And Craig was their guitar player. Okay. And I would say in a certain way, they're a package deal. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I think we probably played together 3 or 4 times before I realized that's the guy we were calling the Prodigy. So right, the way I met Rich Clare was I did a competition. So it was a bass solo. You had to write it. It can't be somebody else. You write an original and you send it in. Who knows how many people sent these in. And they picked what they believed were the best 10. I was one of those. We ended up performing then the 10 that were selected live in between sets for a band called Cristillo at a place called the Countryside. And the winner, for me, the winner got a Fender Jazz bass. The winner of the guitar contest got some fantastic guitar. And the judges were famous. Okay. Right? Toured with this band, toured with that band. So it was a very well done event. And the kid that won the guitar contest, everybody's calling him the Prodigy. That's Craig. So and we only realized it after a few times. Somebody mentioned I have my guitar's a trophy. The one that I won is in my basement where we rehearse. Okay. And I was explaining it. And he was, Randy Robertson, right? Ray's Music at the time. All this stuff. I said, yeah. How do you know? And he goes, I'm the guy that won the guitar contest. My God. You're the Prodigy, right? Because there was a big age difference. If you're at least for back then. Okay. Because I may have been 26, I'm guessing. Okay. So he couldn't have been 18. Something like that, 17, 18 years old. And crushed it.
And how many years later is this all coming full circle?
Let's see. 26, 36, 46, 35 years later.
Oh my gosh. And now you're playing music with this guy.
And now, play music with this guy, and this guy is, and I will say, and I've mentioned, I've played with some really good drummers. Mm-hmm. I've played with some very good, I think of Al Cook all the time, our guitar player for Pentagon, one of the most musical people I've ever shared a stage with, just talent, and educated, right? It's a degree in song structure or something like that. Just a phenomenal musician. Mm-hmm. Like the kind of guy that you think, I really don't have any business being up here with this guy. And Craig's in that realm. Okay. And it's going to sound like I'm bragging about everybody, but the guy can sing. Great pitch, great versatility, great range, and just a solid front man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Solid. So I don't know what that is, but I can tell you I've played in a lot of bands where it was fine, and I'm sure the crowd liked it, but it wasn't there, whatever that is, right? And how we ended up with that, especially as quickly, right? And kind of at the first crack, as far as the personnel goes, I can't explain it, but we know we have that. And that's why we're now saying, you know, let's go ahead and be this.
Is that where the name came from?
We came up with The Few.
The Few.
But there is a band, The Few.
Okay.
They're not doing anything like we are, and they're not from Pennsylvania. But we just thought, And so we added very.
The Very Few.
The Very Few.
I like
but
that
The Few
name.
I did come up with Few. I didn't come up with The Very Few. But the idea with The Few is that we have people that, you know, as an example, Central Pennsylvania Musicians Hall of Fame, right? Everybody in the band, other than Craig. And Craig has got this very prestigious Best Guitar Player Award. So I guess that's kind of what we were thinking, but
Yeah.
it's hard to come up with a name. I've never tried to do that before.
I was going to say,
I hope
mean,
it's okay.
After all the stories you've told me, it's almost like you could have named it like the Small World Band or something like that.
Yeah, I guess. 'Cause there's definitely something, you know, that we captured.
Yeah.
And we're trying to build out now.
For sure. Now, what's your guys' dynamic like with running this band? So you've formed most of the members, getting everyone together. Now, when it comes to your set list, do you guys pick that individually, what songs you're doing, or how does this go?
We have a very educated keyboard player, musically educated. I mean, there's about as much as you could have. And it rather easily fell into place. Marco is, without a question, the musical director of the band.
Okay.
And it just happened. I will say I didn't want to be the boss in any way. I still don't want to be. I'm not bad at delegating, though.
Yeah.
And so it worked out. Like Amy's doing all the PR, and she's crushing it.
Okay.
Right? I provide the place to play, and I made sure that we were able to do whatever we needed to do to get started, like the little video that I think you've seen that. The little video we did, that was done in a studio.
Yes, I did see Brandon showed it to me probably a little while ago now, though. I got to watch it again.
That's what you sent, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I sent that to Brandon.
When did... Not important details about when I last saw it, but yeah.
So just that, you know, you need a jolt, right? And so I guess I'm doing that, getting everything kind of over the hump. Everybody wants to see something from you, you know. It's not like a business card like it used to be, or whatever.
A flyer.
Press kit out of paper.
Yeah.
Right.
It's got to be some kind of digital thing. So we went ahead and jumped into that.
Gotcha.
And we were actually, I'll say we were pleasantly surprised by that, because we had no business going in at that point. We had not been together nearly long enough. We were not nearly gelled enough to do it, but you got to start somewhere, and we were getting a lot of people asking us for a video.
Yeah.
And booking agencies and things like that. So we had to fulfill the need.
Well, I mean, in the evolving music industry that we're in these days, that's probably one of the most important tools you can have is a video to showcase your talents and what you bring to the table. End of the day, seeing is believing, you know. So
Yeah, they need something.
So we're working on building out social media and all that stuff that I don't know that much about.
yeah, that's tough.
We're learning it as
We're
we
learning
go.
as we go.
Yeah, hey,
But we've got some support. We got a nice little support structure. People that are jumping in and helping with things.
Well, with-
younger people.
with the
Yeah,
amount
'cause
of
it
talent.
changes so much what people want and how they want it,
Oh yeah.
you know, as far as like media and that kind of thing.
Yes.
So-
yeah, we were just talking about that last week with our guests about how like we're living in this world of with technology and everything is just so like instant gratification is the word we kept gravitating to.
Totally,
And
totally.
like it's like, okay, yeah, we have to be continuously evolving and changing
Totally.
these things, chasing the algorithms just to get ahead.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
It's hard to do sometimes
Oh my goodness, yeah.
because you have to like relearn it. You know, it's like learning a new phone or something. You know, it's
Yeah.
weird.
Exactly. It's one of those things where having a resume like the two of you have certainly helps you, but also how do you showcase that into an algorithm? It's very tough.
Right.
So,
Right.
We got just enough to get started, just enough to get some booking agencies that are talking to us and all those kind of things. And it's we picked. I mean, we're moving fairly quicker than I thought we would.
good.
You know, and we've done a couple of shows since, and I thought they were really, really successful. I was very pleased.
Yeah, well, I saw you guys at the New Cumberland St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, that was
killer
Thad
show.
what an event Thad put together.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
Amy knows Thad. I know
Yeah.
him a little bit, and
I don't
if you
really know that, but he put it together.
Yeah.
I know he's a peach of a guy. He's an actor. I've seen him perform on stage.
Is he an actor?
Really?
Yeah, with
I
his
didn't know that.
church, which is
Really?
this is huge. Christian Life Assembly does
Oh,
a
I'm
Christmas thing that is massive, and he's
Nice.
my family goes, my wife and kids go, and I've seen Thad playing multiple different characters over the years.
Oh, wow.
Thad-
I didn't even know
never
that.
knew that.
Very
I didn't
good.
either.
Wow.
He's very good.
Actually, my family went to Christian Life Assembly for a brief amount of time.
Wow.
We had a mutual friend who sadly passed away, and I would run into Thad at his house. He
Okay.
would visit and bring food all the time.
Oh, that's very good.
And yeah, he's just a peach of a guy. And I'm also aware he's doing a lot of work with Vicky's Angels now, which is a big charity that
Yes.
I'm involved in. And he brings a lot. He's a tremendous event guy. And so, yeah, he asked us and we agreed to do that. And we looked at it as, an opportunity to maybe show that we're trying to put something together here. And speaking for myself, it went better than I expected.
Really?
That's a lot
Yeah.
of people that came.
I was going to say,
And
there
they come
was,
every year.
there was well over,
I heard 10,000.
yeah. Yeah. Oh,
That
my
looked
amount,
like it.
that amount of people come every year, don't they, to that?
Yeah, and
event?
it's just been growing every year. That's
crazy.
I mean, I've been to.
That's a
was the
lovely
third
event.
year. Yeah, right. It
Yeah.
keeps getting bigger and bigger
Mm-hmm.
every year. I mean, I'm sure one of these years they're going to have to move down to the park if it gets any bigger.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so, and I bet it keeps growing.
Yeah.
I mean, it totally professional. One of the best sound companies I've ever worked with. I mean, we walked out on that stage, no sound check. Walked out, played, and it was not. I mean, it could
Wasn't
have
that
been
Lauren's
horrendous.
show? Lauren's show.
Yes, I think that's right.
That's who
then
was running sound.
Okay.
Aren't we booked with him or something now? He's got a event he wanted us to play.
He's looking into some
Working on
things.
something.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Up in New England somewhere.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to be traveling, huh?
maybe.
Maybe. Well, potentially.
see.
Yeah.
We turned down a Florida gig.
Really?
Yeah.
So-
So it's not that we won't do Florida, but we're not ready.
Yeah. Well,
And it takes scheduling when you're talking about that.
Yeah, preparation.
yeah. I mean, when you're talking about 2 days worth of driving, or flying, and hey, you got to be careful. The guys from small town, one of them just lost their guitar flying. You got to be careful. You can never be too safe these days. So.
With the equipment, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I've
it's
heard
all,
some stories.
It's a
about
whole
equipment.
nother level of
Yeah.
like logistics planning and everything. So, but is this something you guys are interested in doing in the future? Is playing nationally?
So what I would say to that is I'm hoping that my work, isn't quite as intense in the coming years, and that there will be a place where I could maybe transition into more of a semi-retired situation and play whenever I can.
That'd be fantastic.
And if that happened, I'm open to it.
Yeah.
I missed that. I was at actually the first real show first band I was in was the Gabriels, which was a gospel band, a touring gospel band. I mean, I've met the memories of being on the bus with those guys. It's just, I mean, I was 15,
Oh my goodness.
and it was just the best time of my life.
wow.
So would I love to revisit that again? Probably for a short period of time. But I have
Yeah.
kids.
True. Yeah.
So I've got plenty of responsibility back here. So
Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't see something like that like as a major, like I don't know, like a career
Yeah.
per se. But would I be open to playing in Florida? Yes.
Yeah.
Up north.
Yeah.
A little bit of travel. Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And
But
it's
I
not
just equally would be as happy. Just look, I just want to play.
Yeah.
And if that's just around here, that's fine.
well, I'm sure if someone were to call you guys up and say, "Hey, all expenses paid, first class to come play in Key West," it'd be hard to turn that one down.
Yeah.
Huh?
And that's what happened. Except it was come playing Fort Lauderdale
Oh man.
for a grand opening of a massive new apartment complex.
Man.
And then it was going to be combined with the air show, and it was just too quick. It was only like 3
It
weeks
was
away,
quick. It was
right?
quick.
We thought about it, and it was wonderful to be invited. And the entity that's doing that, they're continuing to build buildings, so we kind of have an open invitation.
Good.
So we'll see what happens there.
So I'm curious about these corporate event concerts. This isn't something I've actually talked about much on the show previously, and I'm assuming this is something, Amy, that you're familiar with as well, outside of Very Few, playing with Blitz Dynette.
And Music Through Science was another band I used to do a lot of corporate events with.
So when it comes to these corporate events, I know, Mike, you had said that it's 30 minutes, no talking. When we're doing that, I'm sure there's a level of variation to these different corporate events, but
Pentagon did a lot of them.
Okay. And now,
but they also, a lot of them dried up.
Yeah. Well,
right? That used to be a bigger thing than it is now. But they're fun enough. There's a little more of an element of work to it.
Yeah.
Right. But it's hard to make money playing around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I whether that's my motivation or not, what I think about is the people in this band deserve to make a lot of money doing it. And we can do that with corporate. The corporate gigs that we have been asked to attend, including this thing in Florida, which may be corporate, but it was a grand opening, the money's big.
Yeah.
Relatively big, or relatively speaking, okay? And for me, that's an important part of this, is that the band can, the people in the band can earn that.
Yeah.
Right? And by all rights should be all the time, and should have been being able to do that for a long time, no matter where they played. But it's just not the world we live in, at least not anymore, sadly. When I was touring with the Gabriels, that was when disco. And we're staying in hotels all over the place. And every hotel had a disco band. And those bands, right, Amy, didn't you do this kind of thing?
I did top 40.
Okay.
On the road.
Yeah, now when I say disco, I use the term loosely,
so you mean like
right?
top 40?
Top 40 disco.
Okay.
Right, and they're all really solid bands, and all of them did it for a living.
Okay.
Pentagon too.
Every night.
Pentagon was very, very well paid, full-time act. And those guys raised families, have nice cars, have houses, the whole thing on their 20 years with Pentagon, right? Doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist, which, is sickening in a certain way.
Yeah.
I think about didn't make it easy for any of us, right? Pentagon didn't come off the road, right, because they got tired of the road. They came off the road because the venues were drying up, and it was quick. It was everything went DJ and all this other stuff. Yeah. Tragic in a certain way, depending on how you look at it. You can't do that anymore.
Well, to stop you there, there were horn bands in the area, like well-known horn bands that would play venues around here, and they'd have like a week there and play there with like 8, 9, 10 people, and they were doing that too, and those gigs dried up.
Yeah.
So I heard all about those gigs through Blitz, because we're a horn band, and
Now, are these corporate events, is this more of a, and then, like I said, I'm sure there's some level of variation to it. Or are you playing in the background? Are there deals being negotiated?
No.
Or is this more of an after party, event's over, let's all go get some cocktails and enjoy the band?
The two that I'm thinking about, because we're doing them, we're right in the middle of the event. And the whole idea is to bring it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Stale, suits, ties, open the ties, do some entertaining, hopefully get some energy built in the room. And frankly, you almost have to, because that's kind of what you're there for. So, and if you're successful at it, because that is not as easy as you might think. You don't just go up there and play. There's an element of how you structure the whole thing that's critical, and a level of professionalism that's really critical, right? And in the case of both of these, we would be in the middle of the event. But a lot of the corporate I did back in the day with Pentagon was not. It was us at the end of everything.
Okay.
And then there's a banquet and we play.
Okay, gotcha.
And I can tell you too, we used to do a ton of banquets that were fundraisers, hospitals, etc. Yeah. And there's still some of those are going on.
But it's
lockdowns.
It dried up
a lot of it's gone. And I can tell you, Pentagon, half of the shows that we would do, almost I would call them a franchise. Like there's venues we played 15, 20 years, right? Year after year, same time. Half of them are gone. Wow.
Yeah.
Now
it changed.
And it just
they're not coming back.
Yeah, and then it all just dropped off after 2020.
It's dropped off.
Oh my goodness.
It changed a lot of things.
It did.
Given both of your extensive backgrounds in the music community and playing these kind of gigs, what do you think it would take to bring that back?
What do you mean?
Like those venues, these shows. that have all dried up.
I have a dream. In the notion that you're bringing up here.
Okay.
Maybe if there's a band that's really, really focused and really, really dedicated, and what they really, really are doing is trying to be absolutely as good as it can get, maybe something happens. Mm-hmm. Maybe there's a demand that we haven't seen in a while. I don't know. But I empathize with everybody that's involved in it. Yeah. Right? If you're a venue providing live performance, is it easy?
No.
It's just not easy. Nothing's easy anymore, maybe in a certain way. But if it has anything to do with music and getting paid, it's not easy now. No. That's for sure. It's harder now than it's ever been by far.
Yeah.
So maybe at the same time, we're trying to search out some kind of a niche that we would make sense at.
Yeah.
You know, but while I say that, there's still fireman festivals and some fun stuff like that, and I'm sure we'll be doing those.
Very cool. Very cool. So once again, talking about your backgrounds, it just always, makes me curious. What have been some of both of you, with the separate answers, from your backgrounds outside of the very few from Blitz Dynette and Pentagon? What are some of your most fond memories over the years?
I like freelancing. I like working with all kinds of different people.
Really?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I am a singer that does a lot of variety. Mm-hmm. I've never stuck with one genre. So because of that, I can play with everybody, which is kind of nice. It's an open book. It provides more opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say that is the most fondest memory I have, because I've just never was okay with just one genre. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like one week I'll do a Motown show, the next week I'll do a jazz show with somebody else,
Yeah.
And doing work with these guys has been real fun because it's variety styles. It's not just one style of music, but it's all kind of falling into one category, which is kind of like, I guess yacht rock would be all kinds of styles, right?
It describes the core.
Love
for
it.
sure. It describes the core.
I don't want to call it yacht rock, but it is kind of.
I love the phrase yacht rock. It sounds fun.
And everybody loves yacht rock.
Yeah.
It's like a mixture of all kinds of different bands making music at one period of time,
But with Amy and Craig and Marco, we could do AC/DC.
Right.
And then do jazz. And not sorta. Legitimately. We do it in my basement.
When you're hearing it, it's like, okay.
We think of ourselves as a vocal variety act. Okay. But I do think that easy listening, big vocals, that lush 70s kind of sound is, there's a huge market for that. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's a market for it. You're lucky there's a market for anything. But there's a market, there's a demand for it. I'll say it, that the show that we did, a guy by the name of John Harris, I believe he's an inductee. Mm-hmm. John was there, and John walked backstage and walked right over to me. And I know that he knew a little bit about the lineup or whatever, and he said, "You guys got to do yacht rock. You got to do yacht rock." And he's talking about, I guess he's got a band that he's working with. And
there's a band that
pretty busy.
That's a national band that comes through.
Oh, okay.
That does yacht rock, and he was saying how they're well received, and
so this would be something at like an XL show in the future potentially.
We could do,
probably.
I mean, maybe we don't do all of the yacht rock because you got to keep the audience.
Yeah,
but we're doing Bon Jovi. We're doing all kinds of.
It's quite a variety, but it kind of all fits, right?
Everybody can execute.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like every show is like someone's ultimate playlist. You're going to hear songs that everyone loves and can move to.
And I think right now people want to feel how they used to feel with music.
Boy, I think
and it
right.
brings them right to that place. And they're just like, when we started off, people were like, "Oh yeah, that song. I forgot about that song." And it was just like, okay, now we got them. Yeah. And they were like, "Well, what's next?" Like, because we got them with that song. You know what I mean? And it made them feel a certain way. Because I think there's good music out right now, but there's a lot of junk out right now too.
Yeah.
And people remember back when music really meant something.
Yes.
So,
and I think there's a huge pull from nostalgia right now because, as we've mentioned, 2020 happened and a lot of things have changed, and we're living in this new weird world now. And people
it is weird.
Yeah, right. And people hear the nostalgia, and music moves people, and it can take them back. And
it's the time capsule.
Yes, exactly. To have that feeling again, where it's like smelling that candle that your grandmother used to burn in her apartment. It reminds me of being a kid again. It's
you're making them feel good again.
Yeah,
because I think we've had so much hardship as a country. And as a world now. So it's like, I just think people want to feel good with music.
Yeah,
they want to remember how it used to be, maybe.
Yeah,
for a moment.
Yeah, exactly. Remember that?
Did we get her memory? One of your best memories? Did we get to?
Oh yeah, I think we kind of. Well,
because I want to hear it.
Yeah,
I want to hear what Amy's
we gotta dig it
biggest memories is a.
I kind of generalized it and said I think playing with many other people, many different genres and people.
Show? Sorry, I'm not taking.
No.
I gotta know.
I'm curious.
I have one show.
Okay.
So I want to hear it.
Let's see. New York City.
Ooh.
Yeah.
La Barbat.
I heard about that.
Used to be a studio. Famous studio. Steely Dan recorded there.
No way.
You walk in, it's like right near Central Park. You walk in, it's this multi-building that has all these different rooms, and it's very cavernous, and they run the sound from the top down, and they've got gargoyles up on the big speakers, and you play right down there, and there's people up here, and there's people here. Bars everywhere, little bars, and then there's a bar downstairs with a whole other scene, and that would have been one of my best memories because it was just such an interesting gig. And it was a studio before. Steely Dan had recorded there. Many other people had recorded there. It was with Blitz Dynette.
Okay.
Early on, And when you walked outside, it was snowing and the city was completely quiet. Like no one was driving the streets or anything. They don't know how to drive in that. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of mysterious, It was cool
big city.
Yeah, it was a big city, cool
night. If I can
night.
make it there, I'll make it.
It was a nice venue. Yeah.
Anywhere. Yeah. Wow. It's
famous. It's famous.
We're talking mid '90s in the snowstorm.
Yeah, in New York City at La Barbat.
I'm sure that's a feeling a lot of people are chasing right there.
It was very
to
cool.
Go back in time to that moment there.
It's very cool. And when I got out of the car, the one bouncer was this big guy, and he goes, "Sing me a ba." I'm like, "Sing you a ba? Sing you what?" And he's like, "Sing me a ba." I'm like, "Okay, do I have to sing to get in? This is too crazy." It was fun.
Sing me a ba.
Sing me a ba. Give me a ba. I'm like, "What?"
My goodness, that's a really cool story. No, that's
very cool.
Amazing.
It was a good time.
I'm
for sure.
gonna look this place up then. What was it called again?
La Barbat. I don't even know if it's still there.
I've never heard of it, but
very cool place.
I can't say I'm well versed in venues, but so
you should La Barbat. Just remember that.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure it's still there.
I keep thinking of like Labatt Blue, the beer.
Yeah, right.
La Barbat.
La Barbat.
Okay, gotcha. All right, I'm gonna remember that now.
Yeah,
cool. It's in there. All right, Mike, I got to hear yours now.
Mine's a nightmare. That's why I remember it.
Okay.
And it wasn't with a band. It was a solo thing.
Oh.
I was in a play at a mega church, and I was probably 15 or 16, something like that.
A mega church, cool.
Big, like we were talking about
CLA.
Thad's church, but not that church, but a similar type of a thing.
Nice.
So the point being, there was a lot of people. And I had a little role as a disciple, and then, because I can play guitar, could you do this part of the play? And this part was where the whole play just stops, and I pick up a guitar and I sing a song called, I actually remember, "Cool of the, Would You Crucify Him?" is the name of the song.
Okay.
Everything's set, everything's perfect. Grab my guitar and I shed that thing. I mean, I knew the song, right? Because I knew this was going to be a thing that was very important. Somebody detuned the guitar. And I mean totally detuned the guitar.
That's like a nightmare.
And so by ear tuning it, and I'll tell you it wasn't perfectly tuned. And
Did you tune it in front of the audience?
I had to.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? There's no soundtrack. It was brutal.
Oh my goodness.
But you know, those are the things, and I've got more of those kind of stories.
Wow.
Those are almost like rites of passage.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, you can make it through that. You can make it through anything.
Right, and you won't be nearly as nervous
Yeah.
about anything moving forward. But that's about as big a fiasco as a guy could go through. And if it were 50 people, that'd be one thing. I don't know how many people that church sat, but it was certainly over 1,000.
Oh my goodness.
So that's a one. That's you know. But I've got some other good ones.
Well, that one must have really stuck with you. It happened when you were 15 years old.
It did.
Oh my goodness. I was in a play in high school, and I had they wanted me to draw attention away from the main character. They told me do whatever I seemed fit, so I tripped myself every night on stage. Just completely ate it every single time.
my
By the
God.
third day, my right knee was like swollen up this big. And it was so funny because for weeks after that, everyone's like, "Oh my God, you tripped all 3 nights." And I'm like, "I tripped on purpose.
Right.
But I sold it." And
Wow.
I still think about it. It reminded me of that. I still think about it sometimes. I'm like, people probably still think I tripped on purpose. Or by accident.
I think about it, and it's probably why I've never been in a play again.
Yeah.
Right?
And you probably check your guitar before you go out every time, huh?
A lot more. Oh, yeah. I have a tuner.
Yeah.
Within
I was going to say
anywhere
most
that I'm
people
gonna
tune
be.
their guitar right there in front of the audience.
I was going to say
anyway.
most of the time it's built into your pedal
Yeah.
board. So
Believe
Absolutely,
me,
yeah.
you could feel.
You can't always prep it. You know, you got to
yeah.
weather conditions or
I was going to say,
did
especially
you put
playing,
new strings on that day? Yeah,
you
kind
know,
of thing.
playing a show like you did at St. Patty's Day. I'm sure your guitar was probably all out of whack, or your bass
Yeah.
was all out of whack.
How was
that
it?
show.
I mean, how was your bass that day in the cold?
Oh, that PR baby, no problem.
Really?
Not that PR.
He has a dreamy bass.
Oh, really?
Dreamy bass. Oh,
I'm a
yeah.
Fender guy,
It's a
but
dreamy bass.
that bass is
Smoking.
delicious.
It is delicious. It's
Love
nice.
that one. So it was fine.
Awesome.
That's
Even
good.
with the wooden neck, it was fine.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Well, hey, high quality. It goes to show. You know, you should reach out to them. Maybe get an endorsement from them. Here's my what do they call that? My story. Whatever.
My testimony.
Testimony. Thank you.
I have another one.
Hit me.
Okay, and the reason it comes to mind is it's the Central Pennsylvania Musicians Hall of Fame.
Okay.
The night Pentagon was inducted, we did a 15-minute show, and they stood. It was Jimmy. He's 80, and he hits a note that is like Mariah Carey high,
Holy crap.
and the whole place just lost it.
Oh, I bet.
Now that's not my great. That's cool. Like it's on YouTube, and it is something to see, right? The audience's reaction to this 80-year-old guy. He looks like an 80-year-old guy and just hits this note. It's just science fiction, right? But the reason that it's a big memory for me is that was still just after the lockdowns.
Yeah.
We had not rehearsed. We had not done a show for 2 years. Nothing. None of us had seen each other because there's some people in the band that have respiratory issue. One of which was told, you get COVID and you're probably not going to make it.
Oh my goodness.
Boy.
So we were completely separate, hadn't done a show in 2 years, saw each other at the awards ceremony, right? And they wanted us a certain way. We actually performed completely opposite to our normal setup. We have in-ears, but we used their amps and monitors. And he hadn't played for 2 years and went out there and performed it. And
You guys
I mean,
crushed
my
it.
fingers were actually hurting
Really?
from just after 15 minutes because we had not played.
Wow.
And
Man.
as
Yeah.
a couple musicians might have caught a couple of little things here or there, but the amount of rust that we were blowing off in front of 900 people, that was a first for
Oh, it was
me.
more than 900
And
people. I think it was
it
like
wasn't
12,
really.
12 or
It was
16.
it was a
Yeah.
quite an audience, and we did deliver. We delivered, and that I went backstage after that and looked in the mirror and just was like, man, I didn't realize how much I missed this.
Yeah.
So that was one of my favorite memories of, I don't know how many shows I played in my life. Way more than hundreds, I would
That's
say.
pretty cool.
That was
Yeah.
unbelievable. It was unbelievable. And then, of course, I just couldn't wait to get back out there.
Yeah. Just want to keep going.
Yeah. And then 2 years. Think about, we knew the day was coming. And then we had 2 years. 2 years of our last, what may have been 4 or 5, right? 2 years just erased.
That's just
Everybody had 2 years erased, trust me.
Yeah.
I know.
It was a brutal time. I
it
mean,
was
there were no
awful.
gigs anywhere. We were doing, Forrest and I were asked to do a video a performance on a
Me
video
too.
for Glenn Hamilton at the river.
Yep.
I mean, it was just like weird, you know? We did it in Forrest's living room. It was so strange, you know?
Yeah. It
And
was really a strange time.
Yeah, we had to learn a new way, basically. I'm like thinking, I don't think the world can go on like this too much longer.
Yeah.
You know?
I had friends that just went full time into music where they quit their day job and started playing shows at, at bars, coffee shops, wherever they could to get paid every single day. And then all those places closed. So they just started live streaming and
getting tips online.
So, I did what I could to help tip my friends and help out where I could. But, it was a scary time for a lot of people. And a lot of people didn't want to part with their money at that time either. So, it was
I know people
tough.
who I had an art business. I was creating art. And we couldn't move anything because it was like no one knew who we were. We couldn't go out and do exhibits. You know what I mean? And then we finally did once it started to lighten up and all that. But it took a while.
Yeah.
So what we did was we created for 2 years and painted, and created pieces of art. And, that's all we could do. And it was the best way to get your mind off of that crap.
Yeah.
But still, we had to wait 2 years to like move anything and to do exhibits and things like that. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Businesses, tell them about
No, I'm not good. Don't get me. We need a lot more than what's left here. No.
I mean, businesses really took a beating,
Yes.
Yeah, it was unreal.
Yeah. No, it was.
But it's behind us now.
Exactly.
Thank
Now
God.
we're looking for
6 years, by the way. That's
me
crazy
about
to
it.
think about. It's been 6 years already, and
It's scary because it's like that actually happened. Like, how the heck,
I do know.
It's just so scary
Yeah.
that could have happened the way it did. You know, stopped everything.
Yeah.
hopefully it doesn't happen again. And it's tough right now because I know we had talked earlier about a lot of things have changed since then with the venues and everything. And 6 years in some ways is a long time. And we would hope that things would be totally back to normal by now. But at the end of the day, in the grand scheme of things, 6 years isn't that long. And hopefully in another 6, maybe the music industry will have changed and reverted back to the way it was pre-2020.
Well, I want to say something. Justin Hershey
I love that guy.
built the new venue downtown.
Yes.
And he keeps building venues. He built XL.
Oh, it's that guy. Okay.
So
now I got okay. I put it together. I love
I was
XL.
telling him about him
What a club
in the car
that place
coming
is.
up.
Did one gig there. It was,
Oh.
it was phenomenal.
I got to tell you, I mean,
Love that place.
Guys like that are very necessary now because they're creating new venues and it's all starting to grow again. Thank God.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm very
I'm
thankful.
glad you said that. I give you a little hope.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Hershey is one of the most wholesome guys you'll ever meet as well.
I love him. He's so cool.
If you haven't met him personally,
I want to meet him.
Oh, I'd love to
You'll meet
introduce you
him.
to him.
He's awesome.
Yeah. Actually, and you probably know Logan Summy then because
Logan Summy, I was telling you about him.
I had breakfast with him this morning.
He's a sweetheart.
Oh, he really is. Yep. Yeah. No, they're awesome guys. We'll get you introduced to them.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, seriously, the stuff that they do for our local music community. Logan with his
do the
screen
merch
printing
and-
company does so much merch for the bands in the area. And Justin running sound. I mean,
Yes.
it is crazy the stuff
Yeah.
that they do.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there are certain people in this area that are like that, that are very essential. Like Brandon,
yeah.
I mean,
can't forget
look what
him.
he's done for the whole music scene here. I mean, and he's a musician.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Musician,
it makes
father,
so much
full-time
sense.
job,
It makes so much sense that he did that,
Yeah.
But
And I think we kind of talked about this off air earlier. You and I were talking about the podcast, and it's like, you guys come from, a very great background of music. I'm not sure what word I was going for there, but you both are Hall of Fame award winners in the Central Pennsylvania Music Hall of Fame. You've played in, both your bands were national acts, and we have all levels of people on here where we try to support each other. It's last
I'm
week.
writing that column.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to support everybody I can with that column,
Yes, exactly.
I'm
We're
trying to
just
get
here to-
everybody in there.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's important. People need to know who you are,
That's why I got involved after after I saw the operation that Brandon put together. I mean, what an organization it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not the type to really sit on boards or anything like that. That's not something that I dream of doing. but what an outfit and what they're doing with kids.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I kind of equate Central Pennsylvania Musicians Hall of Fame with hope.
Right.
Really, that we can rebuild, if I guess, in a certain way of thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, and there's also a huge thank you due to you as well. I mean, I know your business is a sponsor of the Central Pennsylvania Music Hall of Fame, and without people like you, we couldn't do what we do.
No, didn't see an option.
I love
my
that.
My big two are Vicky's Angels.
He's a good guy.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, Amy. Vicky's Angels.
You're a
Musicians
good guy.
Hall of Fame, and with the Musicians Hall of Fame, it's about what they're doing with kids.
Yeah.
And I put myself. Imagine if I was in that position at that age.
Right.
And
being
being in a
All-Star
studio and all of that, just unbelievable.
I love that. I love that because it wasn't there when I was a kid. I mean, you found it at church or you found it at school, but you never had that.
You didn't have that level.
You didn't have that level. You didn't,
No way.
like you said, no studio time. No, kids didn't do that.
And it's so
amazing.
It's so crazy too because
We stole cars to go to gigs. That's my yeah, a couple times. Not me. I was innocent in the back. My bass was in the trunk.
you were an innocent
that happened
bystander.
a couple times. Yeah, that was before the Gabriels. I'm glad they didn't know about it.
Oh my goodness! And actually, the one thing I want to note: so the Gabriels was a gospel band, and didn't you start out in gospel as well, or was it just choir? Which
I was in church choirs.
Church choir? Okay.
Yeah, and in school choirs.
okay,
And then I went on the road real early,
gotcha.
like 18.
I, for whatever reason, thought you said you'd started in gospel, and I was like, wait, did you guys
No.
both start in gospel?
No,
That would have
he started with
I
the
didn't
gospel.
mean to.
But,
It was an accident. Remember that mega
Accidentally.
church I told you with the detuned guitar? I played bass in the pit.
okay.
And the Gabriels were booked and played there. And I guess they heard something and they sought me out after the service. And I wasn't sure. I mean, I wasn't thinking about being in country music at all, or country gospel at the time. But they were very good. The
professionals, yeah.
and total pros, and
Money.
honest to gosh, in the back of the church, there's their bus,
Yeah, they were doing it
idling,
right.
and I'm a machine type of guy, and so they let me go up on the bus and wanted to talk to me about it, and then I went and sat in and met where they rehearse, and from there then joined them.
No way.
And they were all in their 30s, but the pedigree's unbelievable. I mean, Ron Hensley was the lead singer for the Viscounts. You can trace the Viscounts back to the Stamps and the Blackwood Brothers. I mean, these are humongous, and this is a different era, right? Where humongous gospel acts existed. I mean, humongous. The Couriers from here, actually.
Yes, the Couriers.
The Jacobs. Well, they were just induced.
Yeah.
The Jacobs Brothers, huge gospel band. The Gabriels, and it was. I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
They were a country gospel band.
yeah,
country gospel band.
Yeah.
And professionals.
Thank you.
Pros.
She saved me.
She always does that.
Yeah, they
right?
were Presbyterian. Yeah, so how that all played out was interesting. But what I loved about it was these were family guys. They were wonderful people. They treated me beautifully. And when the band broke up, which was a shock, I got a call from management. We sold the bus and we're no longer a band.
What?
And I was unemployed at 17. And I had finished school because I took school on the road.
Oh my God.
So it was, and I still miss them all.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I was talking about Ron Hensley, the Stamps, yeah. I mean, the Stamps were the backups. A couple of those people were backup singers for Elvis Presley.
Wow.
And there was, remember the connection with Elvis Presley
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
gospel music.
Absolutely.
And it's fresh on my mind because actually Frank Sanchez and George Jumper, the two of the singers from the Gabriels, recently passed away. The last surviving is Ron Hensley, the lead singer for the Viscounts, and then the baritone and MC for the Gabriels. He's also the MC for the Viscounts. If you look them up, that was a huge. I mean, they were a national gospel band, and the reason it's fresh on my mind, for the first time in probably 10 years, I spoke to Ron Hensley 2 nights ago for
Really?
a couple hours.
Oh my gosh.
and got caught up with him.
How was that?
Awesome. He's
Yeah.
like 86 years
Is he?
old now.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow, man. That was a
That's
blast
cool.
from the past, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't see each other very often after it broke up.
Yeah.
Hardly at all, honestly.
Where were they based out of?
For me, the way I remember it, we would always meet in Dillsburg, here. In fact, we drove by the road. I think I pointed out to Amy. This is where that's the road I would
okay.
drive up, and the bus would be up there idling,
That's
waiting.
right.
Yeah, why?
Yeah. Ron lived in Dillsburg.
Okay.
Frank Sanchez lived in York. George Jumper lived in Newville.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Local guys.
Yeah. It's so crazy.
That's pretty cool.
It's so crazy that just the amount of talent that pours from this area.
There's so
Lot of
much
musicians,
talent here.
man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
A lot of musicians, a lot of engineers.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Taylor
It's this
Swift.
area. Yeah.
Yep.
Taylor.
That's
right.
pretty exciting.
Yep.
She's a Pennsylvanian.
Yep. Hopefully.
Brett Michaels. Poison,
Michaels.
Mechanicsburg, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Live.
Breaking Benjamin.
Badleys.
Fuel from here?
Badleys.
Fuel.
Fuel.
Absolutely.
Jelly
Fuel's from
Bricks. Yeah. From Ashes to New. They're kind of a newer one that's from the area that's doing world tours now and everything.
Nice.
They're from Lancaster. We
Very
interviewed
cool.
them a while back. The Menzingers. It's just been some amazing bands from here. So, well, guys, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks
We're kind
for
of
having
running low
us.
on time.
Yeah,
Is there anything
appreciate
I may have missed tonight that you guys wanted to shout out? I know you have some upcoming shows. I'm not sure if they're
Yeah,
like
well,
public or
we're going to be in
citizen.
Dillsburg.
Oh, yeah.
Dillsburg
on
Legion, July
Dillsburg Legion, July 24th.
24th.
July
24th at the Dillsburg.
Okay. So mark your
Yeah.
calendars. All right.
I believe it's open to the public.
I was going to say
so.
public show.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. July 24th.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's probably like a weekend or something like that. So is there any sort of like special event or just a show?
Just a show.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Awesome.
But a long
Getting our
one.
feet wet.
Nice.
Right. How long are we playing?
3 hours.
Oh, wow.
So that's a lot of material.
I just
that
went
is a
there
whole
to
lot of
hear
material.
Honey Pump, and they pumped out 3 hours of music.
Good
So,
band.
Yeah, they're a great band.
Crazy. Yeah. 3 hours. That's a long
That's a
time.
long night.
Yeah. I can hardly sit through a 2 hour long movie.
I'm surprised we're doing 3 hours. I'd heard there's
Well,
hardly any place you can play that long
We
anymore.
can we
Yeah.
can
The Pentagon was
cover.
always
She
3
said
hours.
we can cover it any way we want. So
Oh, cool.
Gotcha.
I've been trying to work.
Have you
with
ever
her
been
on
there?
Where?
that. It's right here. It's like you could throw rocks at
the
it.
Legion. Oh,
It
yes.
doesn't
You could throw
necessarily.
rocks
Yes.
at it.
Oh, yeah. I've been there.
It kind of sounds like maybe it's similar to this space. It's actually a really nice place.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've only
And good
ever been
food.
once
The
before.
postmaster is really nice.
Okay.
Really nice guy.
I'll have to. Well. I mean, I don't think I have anything going on that weekend. I'm
Well, you
gonna
come
try
in.
and swing
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
come in.
Yeah, I'm a member. I got my Legion card. I can
Big
definitely get
stage.
in.
Big stage. It's way up high.
Okay.
And then there's another level.
And you don't have to be a member.
No,
okay.
not that night.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Not that
I know
night.
that
It's
because I
open to
wasn't a
public.
member and I got in there.
Yeah.
Actually, I shouldn't even bring it up. During the lockdowns, they had an event there.
Nice.
And
okay.
everybody had masks on.
Yeah.
It's the first time I saw the inside. But it's a really big, nice, clean place.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
nice. And the
super
food's
nice.
pretty good.
Good. All right.
Yeah.
And great music for 3
Yes.
hours. Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. Any other shows coming up, or is that just kind of the big one you guys promoting right now?
I believe we're playing for Vicky's Angels,
Okay.
August 22nd, for some kind of an open house donor
That's
type
a
of an event.
private, yeah.
I won't say that is 100%, but
That's in
it's,
August.
it's been talked about and it's on the calendar.
Awesome.
Then we're doing the same thing on the 3rd, that private event in September. And I would think between now and the end of summer, we've probably played a couple of other places.
And we're working on like West Shore and things like that.
West Shore Theater
there'll be some more that pop up throughout the
Yep.
year.
And we're booked in
Absolutely.
27 a couple of times already. So
That's awesome. So I guess, and to find out where you guys are playing live, I'm sure you guys have a Facebook page or something like that.
We do.
You can go check it out.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yes.
The very few.
And check us out on YouTube. The Pentagon fan club president came, Cindy, love her.
Okay.
And she brought her camera. It was just a cell phone, but she took a bunch of video. And a couple of other friends of mine took some video. I think Pentagon, even a couple of guys in Pentagon, I know they were there. I think
Rich
they took
was
a little
there.
bit of
Yeah.
video. But I'm going to say there's probably a half a dozen videos of us that are already up on there, including our little promotional pieces on there.
Awesome. All right. We'll
So
make
the
sure.
very few on YouTube.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll link all that in the description below so that way it's easy for people to find, even though it's not that hard to find the very few. But we'll make sure we get that out there.
Thanks.
Of course. Thank you both so much for your time.
Thanks for having
an
us.
honor.
We appreciate
Of
it.
course. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing you play live here again soon. And
And I'll be in
Looking
touch
forward
with
to
you.
doing it.
yes, please. Awesome.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Yoo-hoo.